From being on a crane to get it here was when Mike flew it back all the way from Saudi in January '86. So I would ask him to, we're hoping this will pull off, if not we might have to get up and give it a yank on the top. But he's going to say a few words for us about that particularly long flight. Okay, thank you. Mike Chatterton, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's a great privilege to be invited back today for the unveiling of the new paint scheme, even if it is in Treble 1 Squadron colours rather than the 5 Squadron that I flew. But I'm sure I can live with that, and you know, the guys have done a tremendous job on the aeroplane. As you've heard, I was the last pilot to fly it and bring it back from Saudi Arabia in a flight that took about 6¾ hours with about 7 air-to-air refuelling brackets. We had difficulty in establishing what the weather was actually like in the UK on the morning we left, and we couldn't get any up-to-date forecasts, so we launched off behind the tankers. As tradition has it, of course, we flew briefly around the airport and then did a high-speed run across the apron, and all pulled up vertically. That would have taken us up to around about 20,000 feet. To then join up behind the tankers, and we did find out later that a number of the Saudi people who'd been watching the whole episode said that, my word, we didn't know the Lightnings would actually do that. If we knew they did that, we wouldn't have got rid of them. When we did get back to the UK, the tankers cast us off around the south coast and we made our way over to Warsaw. The weather that we had been given, the information that we had been given, was that we could have made a descent to Warton and then run in along the side of the runway and turn downwind and then around onto finals to land. We found ourselves flying through some fairly thick cloud on an extremely windy day with about 50 knots blowing over the Irish Sea. And this had whipped up an awful lot of salt spray. And we're flying in formation through the cloud. Obviously we could see very little of each other. But once we got down underneath the cloud, and the cloud base was a great deal lower than we'd been led to expect, we also found that we couldn't really see a great deal of each other because of all the salt spray that we'd picked up. We did manage to find the runway. We all turned downwind, and after a period of time downwind we turned finals, and all of my formation of 4 aeroplanes had to go around from the first approach because the visibility through our windscreens was so poor. We hadn't been able to see the runway properly. So we went round for another approach and just altered our timing a little bit. Remembered that we turned over the stream last time, so left it until over Mrs. Miggins's house rather than the stream, and made our next approach and all managed to land off that one. So not the kind of arrival I suppose we wanted after a 6 hours 45 flight. As I say, it's a great privilege to be here to unveil the Lightning in all its new glory. I'd just like to say a big thank you to the chaps here who look after it and have done such a great job of painting it up. So let's have a look, shall we?
Oh, there's something at the top. Oh, there's a guy rope right at the top.
Thank you very much indeed.